life in life that we represent and we appreciate and remember special people in our life that we have not been taking time to celebrate, to appreciate them for their work, their lives, and the love they show to us, for how far they can go in giving us life, hope, and assurance. And who am I talking about? I'm talking about men in our life. They've done so much well. And as we even let it go unrecognized, we don't appreciate them, we don't recognize them, we don't tell them what they mean to us. And what am I talking about? Father's Day is this Sunday, and I am here in SME to appreciate and celebrate the fathers in our lives. And I'm not here to do that alone. I cannot celebrate them enough alone. I have wonderful men around me. I have all the way from London, Dr. Shegu. Dr. Shegu, welcome to Father's Day celebration. Good to have you. You're
Thank
a
you
wonderful man. I love you. I appreciate you. You've been a wonderful father, a wonderful brother. Thank you for coming here. All the way from Moscow, Russia. I have wonderful man again, Dr. Ibe. Thanks you for coming here to appreciate these wonderful people in our world, fathers. All the way from Milan, I have Massive Mark. Is a wonderful father, a wonderful brother, and a wonderful colleague. You're a wonderful father. Thank you for coming here today. All the way from Toronto, do I still have Sir George? Is this Sir George around? He's not around. Wow, good to have you here. It is Father's Day. This set of people are people who don't remember to appreciate, to recognize their work. These men, these particular people, to me, they mean strength, they mean power, they mean hope, they mean love. To me, that is how I can describe them. Now, Dr. Shegu, how can you describe men and celebrate them? Let me start with you.
Well, let me congratulate fellow fathers.
Dr. Shegu, can you hear me?
Like this. I can very well, and I'm speaking as well. Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Can you hear me
now?
Yeah,
I can hear you very well.
Okay.
Yeah,
I was saying that I congratulate fellow fathers on a particular day like this. I'm so grateful that there are fathers indeed all over the world, and a day has been given to them to celebrate them. It's one thing I must say about fathers in growing up and in having understanding, especially from the Bible. Fathers do two major things. They do many things, but two major things we must never forget. The Lord has presented them to be the provider, the main provider, to think about the provision for the family, and also they have been made to maintain law and order within the family. And so I recall growing up that my father was mainly in charge of provision for the family and the direction of the family, which means law and order. When we eventually, mistakenly, or even consciously misbehave, and my mother would say, I will report you to your father, then you know that your life is over, because the man will take a strict position, strict discipline. So we remember fathers, and that is their role, to do everything to provide for the family, protect the family, and maintain law and order, so that the family will continue to maintain its DNA. On this occasion, I just wish fellow fathers happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day all the way from London. Now, when you were talking, we heard from Toronto. Sir George, thanks for having you here on this Father's Day celebration program.
Thank you so very much.
Sir George cannot still hear me. Now, let me go back to Russia.
Oh, no, he can hear you. He can hear you.
Thank you. It's okay. No, I've heard him. He has spoken. Now, all the way from Moscow, Dr. Ibe, what does a father mean to you, and how do you intend to describe them, celebrate them, and what word do you have for our fathers as they celebrate their day?
Oh, a father is such an important part of the society.
A father's main role is to protect, provide, and to lead. And that is a very important, these are very important responsibility for the survival and sustainability of the family unit, and which is important for development of the community, the infrastructure, and everything that we see, all the successes that we've been able to achieve today. And of course, that hasn't been done without the help of the mothers and other members of the family. But all the same, that is not to take away from this very, very important, vital role. Of course, today, the fathers may not be celebrated as much as the women on Women's Day, but it's just because most men are more of providers. They are more focused on providing. I would not take offense, a lot of offense, in not being celebrated, unlike if it was the other way around. And that's just to show the focus that men have on really providing, protecting, and leading the family, rather than on the other important aspects of life, like media possibilities, media appearances, and feedback. Sometimes even without the appreciation, without the thank you and the purchase of flowers, men still, fathers still go ahead and still continue to fulfill their responsibility. In fact, many fathers who have lost court cases still continue to provide for their children. Fathers who sometimes are kicked out of the family home and who live on the street still continue to pay and provide. There are lots of fathers don't have it easy, and that is also compounded on the fact that we as men are not actually born into the world with an inherent value. We have to create it. Nobody forgives fathers for not being able to provide. There's no society to blame. There's no patriarchy to blame. You have only yourself to blame. Society expects from you to be able to solve your own personal problems and elevate yourself to the position to be able to provide for the family. So nobody forgives you for not being able to meet your responsibility, and the punishment is really harsh. So the fathers are able to take all this into consideration and still be able to meet up their responsibility. We need to all say thank you, fathers, for such a role, important role which you play in the society.
Thank you, Father, for such important role you play in the society. And that's actually the perception we want to change. Over the years, our fathers have not been celebrated. They've not been appreciated. But from today, from Schengen Media, we're saying to appreciate the men around you. And that's what we are doing today on this Father's Day. Massive Mark all the way from Milan. What does a father mean to you? What words do you have for them? How do you intend to celebrate fathers today, Father's Day?
Thank you very much, BD, for putting up this. I want to say fathers are the best creation God made. Men are the best. Listen, the world is filled up with men's invention, men's creation. God created man, and man has created a lot of things themselves. Like you said, sadly, they are not being really appreciated, really celebrated. But we are trying to change that now. We are entering a generation where men will be appreciated, fathers will be shown, looked into the eyes and told, you are a genius, you are a legend. I mean, you did all of this, and the life existence continued. So I want to say to all the fathers out there, you're the star, you are the legend, you're the king, you're God's most endowed creature, and the universe awaits more of your performance. You're awesome. You are everything God has planned for mankind. It's there in the man, it's there in the fathers. So thank you so much for putting out this. All you fathers, be happy, walk with your head high, because you are God's number one creation. Number one, DD. Number one.
You are God. You are God's #1 creation. That is a wonderful thing coming all the way from Milan by Massive Mag. Now let me go to Toronto. Sir George, you're here. Your network has been throwing you off and on. Father's Day. There are one people that we don't appreciate. We don't recognize them the way they should. They do a lot, those people, honestly. What words do you have for Father's Day? How do you intend to describe them, celebrate them, and what do you have to tell our fathers as they celebrate their day today, Father's Day?
Well, fathers, being a good father is like shaving. No matter how good and how smooth your shaving is, you have to do it the next day and the next day and the next day. That's what being a good father is. He's a protector, a provider, a sustainer. So being a good father, most children look up to their father, girls especially. Boys learn from their fathers, and girls, they learn how to date, what kind of man they would love to marry in their lives through watching their fathers and the way the fathers treat their mothers. So in this year 2023 Father's Day celebration, and I'll just shout out to all the fathers that are out there who, through thick and thin and every law in the universe that comes against you, and you still remain faithful to your household, providing, protecting, and making sure that they are sustained, giving them discipline that will take them, through the world. I want to say happy Father's Day to all the men that are out there, and the deadbeat dads, repent and go back home and take care of your children. Happy Father's Day to all. From here in Toronto.
Sir George, deadbeat dads, if you look well, circumstances made them so. Do you know that no father likes to stay without taking care of the family? In fact, it affects men emotionally when they don't live up to taking care of their family.
Please, we are not discussing that. Nobody is perfect in this life. What we are here to is to appreciate them, to remind them that they are being loved, to remind them that they are important.
Okay.
That topic you're bringing should be for another day. So please, one by one, can we say Happy Father's Day? Let's start from me. Happy Father's Day, Dr. Shegugo.
Happy Father's Day, everybody.
Dr. Ibe.
Happy Father's Day.
Sir George.
Happy
Father's Day to all the fathers
Massive
around
Man,
the world.
Happy Father's Day. We all from Schengen Media, we're saying Happy Father's Day.
Happy Father's Day.
We appreciate you. And I still said it. To me, what a father means to me means strength. And strength, what does strength stand? It stands for protection. It means love. And what is love? A father will go all the way, even when he has and when he don't have, to provide for his family. And that is what it means, power. When your father is around you, when your brother is around you, you act like the world belongs to you. To me, that's what men mean to me. That's what a father to me. And on that end, we're coming to the end of this day. And it's a Father's Day, and we want to tell all our men, we love you. You're being loved.
Thank you very much.
You're being appreciated. I know it's not easy out there. Please don't let it get at you. Just remember that you are being loved. Dr. Shegu, I love you. Dr. Ibe,
thank you very much. I love you too.
I love you. Massive Mac, I love you.
I love you too.
I love you. Ambassador George, I love you. I love you all.
Too.
And you people know that really love you and appreciate you people. Wow, that's what we'll be taking today. Happy Father's Day to everyone around the world.
Thank you very much.
Schengen Media is saying Happy Father's Day, we love you. And that's the end of it.